hard problems, from education to poverty, to climate change and economic. There are many other problems. You can Google more about it, Social Development Goals or SDG. You know, hard times create a strong man, but that's only gonna be true if we are aware right now we're living in a very hard times. The youth nowadays are not even aware about this SDG, and that's a big problem. Istanbul Youth Summit is a platform and event where you can learn, collaborate, and spread awareness about this. I am very excited to be part of it. Now it's your turn to join Istanbul Youth Summit and make a real impact in this world. I'll see you in Istanbul.
Youth Break the Boundaries is a foundation that focuses on all instruments regarding the development and empowerment of the youth to prepare excellent future leaders by promoting their identity and character and also providing the noble values of the youth.
YBB carries a variety of programs that can provide benefits for the youth around the world at national and international levels, such as youth summits, youth camps, youth festivals, YBB scholarship program, and also the scholarship opportunities that we share on our websites, mobile application, and other social medias.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining this pre-orientation meeting. And maybe my friends will share the screen. Satya, could you please help me to share the screen?
It's on me. Hang on.
Okay. So before we start the meeting, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Tubagus Albana, leader and development team of Youth Break the Boundaries. Here we will have a meeting for the 4th Pre-Orientation World Youth Festival 2024 with the theme Entrepreneurship, Leadership in Business Management. We can go to random. So in this meeting, we have introductions. I already introduced myself as a moderator, and then we have also speakers. She will introduce herself, and then we have subject matters. We have a presentation from the speakers, and also we would have a break and photo sessions. After that, we have Q&A questions for the speakers, and then closings. And then before that, I would like to tell you the do's and don'ts in this meeting. Please ensure your microphone is muted during the sessions. And if you have questions while the speaker is presenting, feel free to type them into the chat box, or you can ask directly to the speakers at the Q&A sessions by raising your hand. Take some notes, grab some snacks or coffee if necessary. So today's pre-orientation meeting, we have Dr. Malvika Chalwa from India. Maybe I will briefly introduce herself. So his educations, he's finished her PhD in chemistry, in Gurukula Kangri Viswadhyalaya, if that's pronunciation correct. And then he has a lot of experience and achievement. So I would like to introduce to you guys Dr. Malvika Chalwa. Hello, Dr. Malvika. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, sister. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining our meeting. And
Hi.
we would like to start by your introduction. Could you briefly introduce yourself here?
Oh, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Malvika Savla, and I am the founder of Academic Editing. It is an editing and proofreading services. And what we exactly do is we edit and proofread technical documents from dimensions like life science field and biotechnology, then pharmaceutical and management field, and from different organizations. And we are spread. We are dealing with people from across the world, and my achievements are already mentioned on your screen. I would not like to highlight them, but yeah, last year I got the opportunity to be part of this World Youth Festival, and it was an amazing experience. And if you are going to this World Youth Festival, I bet you will learn so many new things. You will learn so many new cultures, and obviously you will be professionally sound. You'll have a new network, and you'll find new friends. And at professional level, also you'll get some very good benefits if you are part of this forum now.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Malvika, for your introduction. So it's already inspired us to know more about World Youth Festival, like as you joined it last time. And then maybe we can, without further ado, we can start your presentation here about the entrepreneurship leader.
Okay.
You can share your screen.
Okay, so today I'll be sharing my views on the entrepreneurship leadership in business management. This whole presentation is purely based on my personal experiences as well as whatever I have learned from working as an entrepreneur from last 3-4 years. So I'll be sharing this all my personal experiences. In next 20 to 30 minutes, you will be able to see, after 20 to 30 minutes, you will be able to see like, okay, these things are what a leadership should be and what qualities should be in a leader, and how, if you want to be a leader, you can be a leader even at your place. It's not compulsory that if you want to be leader, you have to be doing some business or you have to be something professionally active. If you want to be leader, you can leader at personal level as well. So these skills will enhance your leadership quality. And without any further ado, let's move ahead with the next slide. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this slide. I have already given a brief introduction of myself. In case in future, if you want to ask any question which is related to business management or entrepreneurship or how to start a business.
Hello,
And
Malvika. Pardon, I think the screen is not showed yet.
but I am sharing the screen. It's not visible.
I can see that your screen. It's okay.
Oh yeah,
And other participant, if you have something, you could...
visible here.
it's visible
Is the
now.
screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
You can go ahead.
Okay. So this is my I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and now X and LinkedIn as well. So in case if you want to, you can take the screenshot of this file, the screen, and in case in future you want to ask any question, any queries related to this presentation or anything related, you can contact me easily. So let's start with the definition of leadership. What exactly leadership is? Leadership is basically a skill, and a person who acquires that skill is a leader. So leadership is actually a skill, and if you want to acquire that skill, you should have some of these qualities in yourself, or you can develop these qualities. It is not like that you should have these qualities, but in future, by learning and by taking some professional courses, you can acquire these qualities as well. Leader is never born. Leader is always prepared. You can be the next leader, and it's not a big thing. It's just your vision should be very clear. You should be able to inspire people. You should be able to motivate people. Your vision should be long term. It is not like that today you're thinking that I'll be a leader and tomorrow you are lazy and you are sleepy and you're not doing anything to reach that goal. So you should be very set with your goals. You should be motivated. You should yourself be motivated, and people who will be listening to you, they should also get motivated when they listen to you. So you should be very inspiring. You should be very your vision should be clear. You should be very motivated. Next thing is your resource management. Sometimes it is like person, they have a lot of resources, but they don't know how to use it. So you should be able to make the proper use of the resources. Then the cultivating environment. If you are a leader, you are not alone. Obviously, if you're a leader, you have a team or a group of people around you. So you have to be very you have to cultivate that environment. You have to focus on bringing the positivity to that environment, and you have to, along with yourself, you have to upgrade them and bring them to some level uh, so that we can achieve and reach your goal altogether. The next point is the contextual application. You have idea, you have vision, you are motivated, you have resources, you have cultivated that environment that can help you reach your goals, but your application is very poor, then there is no point of any idea. So if you want to be a good leader, you should have all these qualities in yourself. This is basically a bifurcation of the definition of leadership, and in a very easy way, you can now you might have got the idea what exactly leadership is. It is basically a skill. Coming to the characteristics of effective leaders. The characteristics of effective leader, as I in the last slide also have mentioned, visionary thinking. Your idea or should be very, whatever your idea of doing any work, not only business or any work, it should be visionary, it should be innovative, it should be different. Then there is no if your idea is same what other people are doing, then there is no point of bringing it to the plate. So if you're bringing any idea or presenting your idea to anyone, it should be very visionary, it should be long term, and it should be productive, and something should be coming out of this. That's how your thinking should be. You have to prepare your mind for bringing that visionary idea in front of world, in if you want to be a good leader. Then comes the strong communication skills. Communication is very important in every aspect of fields, but if you're becoming a leader, communication skills play a very vital role. For example, I am working as a founder, as well as I'm the research analyst of my editing services. And if I am unable to share my ideas with the consumers of those services, then nobody will purchase those services. So I have to be my communication should be very clear what exactly will be presenting to you, and what exactly services you'll be getting. And as per the consumer thing, as per the consumer, it is customizable, and we can work on that. So I have to communicate in a very clear manner that okay, this is the services, you get this, and result will be this. If my communication is poor, then nobody is going to buy those services. Vice versa in life. And if you want to be an effective leader, if you are not able to communicate with the team, if you're not able to communicate your views with the your thoughts with other people, then there is no point. So you have to be very your skills of communication is should be very clear. Language is not a bar, it depends upon the area to area. even if you're communicating in your regional language, your ideas should be, your communication should be on point. Then coming to empathy and emotional intelligence. See, empathy and emotional intelligence, they're very tricky thing when coming to a leader, because if you are leading some team, you can't be that emotional, as well as you can't show empathy. You have to, at some stages, you have to take some rigid decisions for the betterment of your team, for the future plan, for reaching that future plan. So you have to be empathic, you have to be empathetic and emotional, but at the same time you have to be rigid as well. So this is what should I say, this is a slightly tricky part of being an effective leader, because you have to take care of this part very you have to be um, very precise about taking care when emotional intelligence comes here, because you can't take decisions in an emotional state. This can be bad for your team or bad for your work culture. Then comes the decisiveness. Decision making is very important. If a leader is not able to make any decision, then you might lose number of opportunities. You might face backdrop or backlashes at some places coming to professional or as well as personal profile. So when you're making a decision, you have to be, sometimes you have to take impromptu decisions, and sometimes you get time. But if you take more time in making any decision, you might definitely lose some good opportunities in your life. Coming to how can you develop visionary thinking? See, as I've also already told you that a leader is, some leaders are born, that's something God's grace, but some leaders are made. So if you are in the process of being a leader, so how can you develop visionary thinking? Nobody is born with any skill. You have to um, work on work on polishing those skills. So you can polish your visionary thinking skills by continuous learning. See, learning is an endless process. You can start learning from, so nowadays it's technological advanced era. So you can learn from number of online courses, or you can just look into what courses are beneficial for you, and you can just start learning. Start learning by using some small courses, like week courses or a month courses, because year courses are slightly longer, and it's like you have to see your other things also when you're learning anything side by side. But it is an endless process, and even now, even till date, after reaching this level also, I keep on brushing up my knowledge with learning something new, something extraordinary, and something that can add value to my profession and value to my skills. Next thing, you can practice strategic thinking. So what is strategic thinking is, see, it's a tough part, but you can work on that. You can start by building some timelines, or you can start by you can learn some from the online applications or some apps or some sources, online sources. You can learn how to schedule work, how to uh, how to strategize work, because if you are not managing your work and you are not able to complete your work on time, that will bring stress and dilemma, and obviously it will add to more depression. So it's better to plan your work in order to reach your vision beforehand, so that you can skip the part of stress and dilemma. Next, you can set some long-term goals. For example, by this year, my this much I have to do, or this much revenue I want to generate, or this much people I'll reach out, this much people I'll use my marketing skills, and I'll speak with this much people, or if you're doing any podcast or anything like this, I'll interview this much people. You have to set long-term goals, because after when you'll reach that deadline of your long-term goals that you have set, you'll be able to at least say, okay, I did something. At least you have achieved 70% of that. You'll be happy. Okay, I have reached 70% of this. Next time you can try to achieve 100% of that goal that you have set. And in this, manifestation also works. So if your goal is set, it's like you will definitely get some ways. If you're working, you'll definitely get some ways to reach that goal. Then you have to engage in some creative thinking. So for this creative thinking also, you have to engage yourself in learning some new techniques, which is related to your work, and in learning what people are doing and how you can bring your creativeness with that idea. Your idea, whatever you're presenting, it should be creative, it should be new. You can use anyone's idea, but whatever, but you have to give it in a new way, or you have to add some creativity to that idea. Almost all ideas are online, but you have to add something that is yours. How can you enhance communication skills? It's very important to work on communication skills, because if you're not able to communicate your ideas to anyone, then your idea is actually of no use. So what you can do is you can participate in active listening, listen to some podcast, or listen to some movies, or of English language, or whatever communication language you're using or you prefer. So you can actively participate in listening things, and you have to bring clarity and precision in your ideas. So whenever you're presenting, or you're coming in front of number of people, so you should be very clear, you should be very to the point, and you should be able to express your views to a larger audience. And you can start by doing, and you can just start this by sharing your ideas with one person, and then you can get the feedback seeking. So you can whenever you're presenting, or whenever you're speaking with anyone, always ask for feedback. That's very important. Yeah, feedbacks are sometimes very touchy, and you might feel bad also. But when you will get some feedback that's negative, you will work on that. Your mind will automatically trigger you to work on that point. Okay, this is my weakness. Now I have to work on that. So when you will start working on that, automatically next time you will get positive views on that feedback. So it's important to work on your listening skills. You have to be clear. You seek for the feedback. Then comes the public speaking and writing. That's very important, because if you are hesitant and you're not able to speak publicly, or you're not able to write something that is accepted by at public places or public level, like something very scientific, or something like blogs or something like that, so it's very tough in that case. So if you want to be an if it's your idea is like you want to be a good leader, so you have to work on these four things, and in no time, or in few months, you'll be a good communicator. You'll have some really good communication skills. Now, thing is how to build empathy and emotional intelligence. So, as I've already mentioned in my earlier slides, also, this is slightly tricky, because sometimes a leader has to take decisions that are actually good for the team and or company, but it's bad for the employee or one of the team member. But for the betterment, you have to take it. So you have to be very intelligent in that case. So it's like I use this word in this case. You have to be very slightly diplomatic. You cannot just hurt anyone's emotion, or by just saying that, okay, this is wrong, you did this thing wrong. You have to be slightly you can say like, okay, you did this wrong, let's do one thing, you just modify this and we'll do this, it's done. So likewise, you have to be very emotionally intelligent, because you can't just raise any conflict in your team, because raising a conflict will lead to some disastrous situations where you won't be able to, that will hinder you reach your goal. So if you want to reach your goal, you have to be, you have to be self-aware. You should be aware how you are, and how you are, I mean, like, in some situations, how you will react. So first you have to train yourself that you react in a way where people are not hurt and you are emotionally balanced. Or if somebody is saying negative to you, because it is also correct that when you are um, working as a team, you will get, your team might get some negative views as well. So if somebody is saying bad about your team or something like that, so you should be able to handle such situations. You should resolve, you should be able to resolve the conflicts. It is also a part of decision making. Like, if any conflict arises in the team or within the team members, you should be able to resolve it at peace. Then you should practice empathetic engagement. For that, what you can do is you can engage yourself with different groups. Try to understand people, and in this, I would suggest try to listen people. It's the best way to develop this emotional intelligence. If you listen people, you get to know their thoughts, and when you get to know about the thoughts, you will be able to react in a better way. And you observe people how they are reacting in such situation, calm yourself, and then react on any such situations. You have to be very tricky when you're building this empathy and emotional intelligence, because you can't lose both of these things. If you are, for example, if you just think that, okay, I'm the rigid person, I'll be like heartless person, and I'll be the leader, that way you won't be able to reach the success. You have to be emotional as well as you have to be rigid at the same time. So you have to maintain balance between the empathy as well as the rigidness. Coming to the cultivation of the decision making, becoming a leader is easy, but taking a decision is very difficult. You have to be very what should I say, precise about making decisions, because sometimes your decisions are right, but in the end results are not uh, as per your instinct. So you have, when you're working on your decision making skills, you should first gather all the information, see what are the pros and cons. Like, these are the risk assessments, so you should see what are the pros and what are the cons of these, if I take this decision. Then you have to trust your instinct. So there's a one word called gut feeling, if you have heard about it. So gut is basically your stomach. So coming from the pharmaceutical background, I would like to just highlight few things about this trust your instinct. So it is scientifically proven that when you are making any decision and you feel some butterflies in your stomach, or some people they feel butterflies, some people they feel that their stomach is aching, and some people they feel like nausea. It's like they feel like vomiting. So in my case, I feel like it's like vomiting. Whenever I'm taking any decision, I feel like, if it's I feel whenever I feel like, okay, I feel like vomiting, but at the time of taking decision, I don't take that decision. And it has worked in the best perfect way. So whenever you are going for any decision, listen to your gut, listen to your stomach, what your stomach is telling you. And it's scientifically proven. It's not a joke, or it's not just a quote, or it's not just a story made up. It's scientifically proven that your stomach is will definitely tell you that, okay, the decision is right or not. So always listen to your gut feeling. Then commit to action. So if you have made any decision, you have to show your commitment. If you are not committed with any decision, or if you will not respect that commitment, then I believe you won't be able to continue your leadership for longer time. So if you want to stay as a leader for longer time, then you have to stay committed to your actions and your decisions. Now, obviously, these things are very good leadership. The points, the key characteristics, you can work on them. It's very good. But leadership, while you're becoming on the leadership journey, you will face number of challenges. Of this, one of the major challenges, fear of failure. That's very common, and it's not about from where religion or any geographical location you are coming. You will not feel the fear. Everybody is scared of that failure. So whenever you get the failure result, or you're not able to achieve or reach your goals, or anything bad happens to you, so you will be scared. Oh God, if this happens, how will I do this? What will happen in future? So that's the fear of failure. Life is very beautiful, so fear of failure is equally important for a leader, is equally important to success for a leader. So you have to go through failure as well to reach your success. So it is like, if you have not seen the failure, then you will not be able to see, then you will not be able to be happy when the success will come. So it's a combination, and it's also a part of life. In life also, things will happen where you'll be, it's a combination. So sometimes you'll see happy days, some days are low days, some days are bad days. So this is like real time example that in life also this thing happen. And in the journey of becoming a leader, you will face failures, and as well as you will face success. So that's important, and balance between them is very important in life. Then coming to balancing authoritative and approachability. So sometimes what I have also seen, that when you get the command of certain amount of people, you start being authoritative. You cannot be authoritative. You can be, you have to maintain a balance between that. You have to maintain that that dominant nature, because if you're dominant over your team, they will not be able to work, or they will not be able to give their 100% to you. So you have to maintain a balance between being dominant over your team, and you should be like, you should be with them at all time, and your dominance should be, you have to maintain a balance between that approach and the authoritativeness. Then coming the managing conflict. Yes, as many of you you will be participating in the World Youth Festival. You'll be working with some teams, and you will notice yourself that each and every individual has different perspective, different mindset, and it's not their fault. It's human nature. So you have to embrace that. Okay, different people have different perspective, different way of working, different techniques of following anything, and different speed of learning. So these all things sometimes bring into some really good conflicts. So you have to manage them. You should be, and this is sometimes very challenging, because you can't take side of any one person. You have to work on collective team. So you have to manage, you should be able to manage the conflicts that might arise in future, or might be arising nearby you. Then comes the imposter syndrome. This is one of the biggest challenge that you have to overcome in your life, or even if you're becoming a leader. That's the self-doubt. Imposter syndrome is like, it is a name that is for self-doubt only. So many leaders I have seen that what they have is like, they have ideas, they have good team, they have good skills, but in the end they don't reach the success level because of this self-doubt. They 90% of the part they are done with their work, but rest 10% they start doubting themselves. Okay, is it what we are doing is good or not? Is right or wrong? It's good or bad? And this self-doubt in the end destroy their career, and this will bring more failure to the team. They change their ideas at last minute, and they just think, okay, others are doing good, or I'm not doing good, my idea is not good. and they just change their ideas, and I've seen them losing big battles of life. So you have to overcome all these challenges in order to become a good leader. Then coming the impact of leadership on team performance. When you acquire these skills, you just want to know how my skills will impact other people. What is the relation between that? So the relation between your leadership skills on your team will develop them. It will bring in their skill development. It will bring in a positive environment. It will allow them to take some effective decisions, and obviously it will give them some long-term results. This is one point in this slide that I would like to highlight slightly more. That's the work-life balance. See, people ignore this major point. Skills are good, positive environment, or it's okay. You will be able to make good decisions. Your team is doing good. But what about work-life balance? If you are a good leader and there is work-life imbalance, then what's the point of becoming a leader? So here, work-life balance is that if your environment in which you are working is good, it's putting good impression, you're getting rewards, you're getting promoted, or even if rewards, it's not like you'll be getting some extra payment or like this. You're getting rewards in terms of compliments, or you get a praise for your work. That is also part of reward. So if you're getting rewards for the work that you have done, and if you are working in a very good healthy environment, and where everything feels good, your life will be in balance. You'll see when you go home, you'll be happy. Everything at your life will be balanced. But if your team leader is not good, or is very authoritative, it's not able to resolve the conflicts, it's very poor decision maker, then you will be slightly disturbed, and that disturbance goes to your home, and that will bring work life imbalance. So where it's very important that a leader who's in the making should look after these points also, that the team members are doing good, they are not facing any issues, or they are praised on time, they are uh, they are they are included in decision making. That's very important to bring in the work life balance. Coming to the leadership and team building. So most points I've already discussed in the last slide. So in this slide, we'll be discussing how leadership and team building can be done collectively. So you can recognize individual strength, and for example, when I was part of World Youth Festival, we were a team of 4 people. So what happened that we analyzed which person is good at which part, and we according to that we divided the work, and we did great job. We actually won the competition. So you have to recognize the individual strength. Then after recognizing, you have to support them and encourage them. This is like motivation. You have to motivate them. Then you have to sometimes leader has to take the accountability of work. It's not always the team members will do. So leader has to be accountable for what is brought to the plate, or what is brought in front of each and every person. You have to maintain the accountability, and you have to maintain that standard. Celebrating success, it's very important that you celebrate even your small wins. So it's very important, and you have to empower your vendor. You have to be motivated. You have, like I've already said, a leader should inspire people and should motivate people to become a good individual, and this can be easily done by learning all these skills. Then comes the understanding of the leadership styles. So there are different types of leadership styles. Coming to the transformational leaders. So there are some transformational leaders who have something very innovative, something very like different ideas in their mind. And what they do is they have some different plans. They bring their team at one place, share the ideas, and bring a very innovative idea to real time. Then there are transactional leaderships. What the transactional leaders do is they focus on they have some specific, they already have an idea and they just have clear expectations and they just reward for their performance. Now coming to the next leadership type, it's the autocratic. So what autocratic leaders are, they don't include their teams for making any decision. They take their decisions on their own. They don't take ideas from their team. That's a quality of a bad leader, I would say. Then coming to the next leadership quality, that leadership style, that's democratic leadership. So what is democratic leadership is, it's like they bring all the team at one place, discusses the idea, and include the team members in decision making. Now it is your decision which leadership style you want to follow. I would not say any leadership style is bad or any is very good. It's on the personal to person decision what leadership style that person wants to follow. Then comes the leadership and ethical responsibility. They are very much correlated with each other. And coming to the generation of Gen Zs and the technology advancements, what drawback or what things it's coming in light is the ethics. People are not taking the role of ethics very seriously. It's very important that ethical responsibility should be taken care of, whether you are a leader or not. It's very important. As an individual, also, I would suggest that ethical responsibilities should be studied and it should be taken care of. Now, see, what is the role of ethics in leadership now? When you're a leader, you'll see if you follow the ethics. Ethics is like a psychological term. It's like you should be able to differ between what is good, what is right, what is best for you, and what is worst for you. So you should be able to make the decisions which are ethical for you. So the role of ethics is in leadership, foundation of trust. If you know that this is wrong, this is right, the way of doing any work or anything, your team will also follow that, and you will also follow that, and that will build trust between you and all the team members. Then this will also establish some guiding principles that will lead to a long-term success route. So for long-term success also, you should produce or you should follow the ethical practices whenever you are doing any work. Even as an individual also, you should follow the ethical practices. In taking that ethical responsibilities, you have to maintain the integrity. All the work should be clear, should be clear to everyone. Your work, whatever you're doing, it should be transparent to your team. It is not like that you're hiding some facts from your team, or you're hiding some secrets from your team. That will not lead you to success. And fairness, you cannot be biased with your team members. It is not like that you like somebody, or somebody is from your religion, or somebody is from your geographical area, or somebody is your good friend. You are being biased with that person. That will not work at all. So you have to be fair with each and every person. You have to listen to each and every person. You have to maintain that integrity, and you have to be transparent whenever you are making any decision. And if you are being a democratic leader, you have to be transparent. Then comes another part, that's the corporate social responsibility and leadership. This is very important. If you have a team, you have to be very clear about this concept, that corporate social responsibility and leadership, they are very well correlated with each other. So what is it? What is this corporate social responsibility? Even it is your individual responsibility as well, that you follow sustainable practices. Suppose you are in a meeting, or you are just a small business of 4-5 people. So you can look for some practices that are sustainable, that's environmental friendly, and that's good for the society. That is the best practice, or your way of contributing to the society. That's very important. You have to look into these things. Like mine is an online business, and what we do is we prefer printing less amount of paper. We basically use presentations and emails for communication, and we definitely not prefer any printing of paper. So if anybody is working with me, they know that we are not printing any paper. So this is also a way of my contribution to the society. It's very small, but obviously 0.1% it is contributing. So you also have to contribute to such environment. Then comes the community engagement. This is very important. You have to engage the community, some community related events or some community discussions. Something can be done to maintain to engage the community. Then employee involvement. It is like if you're doing any work and you're not involving your employees in that, like uh, some decisions, or you can do one thing. Okay, if you want to take your decision on your own, you can at least ask them for their perspective or their view, because sometimes you also are not aware of the perspective which they have. So when you get some new perspective or some new view from other people, that will definitely add to some new ideas, and this is how this all rotates, and how the cycle of business or cycle of leadership work. You have to involve your employees in the process. Coming to the future trends in leadership. So leadership has changed a lot. Now we have digital and technology leadership. Like I have already said that my whole team work from their home. That's the remote and work leadership. And when they are working from their home, they are digitally and technologically very sound. They are aware of the softwares, they are aware of the techniques, and these days it's AI generation. So they are all aware of the facts. So you should be also looking out. You should look for such type of leadership as well, that how digitally you can work and how you take the best use of the technology. Then I've already discussed the remotely and work leadership. In remote and work leadership, it's very important, because you are not you are just virtually present. You are not physically present with your employer, with the team members. So when you're taking the decision, it's slightly tough than in taking decisions when you're present in real time. So that's actually a challenge as well, but that's the future of leadership. Then comes the collaborative and network leadership. This is the trending, I guess. You check LinkedIn, you go to Instagram, you go to Facebook, you collaborate with people. With that collaboration, you find new people, you find new talent, and you can work with them. And when you work with them, you can bring new ideas. And that's how collaborative and network leadership. Now, this is the last slide, I guess. So in this, I would like to share the key findings from my personal experience of being a leader. That is, embrace your failures. You have to, or you can also say this in a way like embrace your changes, embrace the changes. So whenever you are doing any work, at professional, personal, or individual level, or with a team, you have to embrace the failures, because until and unless you'll face the failures, you won't be able to taste, or you will not be able to get the taste of the success. So in order to reach to that tasting station of the success, you have to go through failures. N number of failures will come, but you just have to maintain yourself, maintain your integrity, be ethical with your work. Whatever you are doing, do it with your full heart. Listen to your gut. and you'll in no time you will pass the failure and you'll reach the success. This is my presentation coming to an end. Let's move to the Q&A session.
Okay, Malvika, thank you so much for your presentation. It's really inspiring. It's so thoughtful. Thank you for the thoughts that you tell to us. But before we start your Q&A sections, could you turn off your screen, and then we have this photo together, take a photo together.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
For the other participant, could you turn on your camera, and then we will have a photo sessions before the Q&A. For who's available for turn on the camera, could you please turn on the camera, and then we can take a picture together. So please, everyone. Okay, thank you. So we have a lot of participants from all around the world. We have someone from Ethiopia, Pakistan, from Kyrgyzstan, from Uzbekistan, and from Indonesia, of course. Okay, guys, could you turn on your camera and then have a picture together? Or maybe Satria, could you help me to take a pictures here?
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay.
Right.
Just let us know when you're ready.
All right, I'll count it down. Everyone, smile. 3, 2, 1. All right. Once again, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Before we jump to the Q&A again, I have some points to tell you guys. So for the World Youth Festival 2024, whoever haven't paid for the batch 1, please don't forget to pay your batch 1, and then payment batch 2 is already open. So if after you pay the batch 1, you can pay for the batch 2, and then for the fully funded announcement, it will be announced in the early September. So that's the information that I want to tell you guys, and then we can jump to Q&A sections. If you have any questions about the leaderships, about anything, you can ask to Malvika, or you could raise your hand and then unmute your microphone, or you can chat on the chat box. Is there anyone have a questions? Maybe while waiting the other participants' question, I actually have some questions for you, Malvika.
Oh, great.
Since
This
you
is
have a
also
lot
a
of
part of leadership. You should ask questions. I forgot to mention it.
Okay, thank you so much. So you have a lot of experience, a lot of achievements, and then you joined our World Youth Festival last time. The questions is, what is your biggest challenge that you still remember until now, and then how you cope with it?
Talent as in like?
Sorry?
I didn't got your question. Can you just repeat what
What
exactly?
was your biggest challenge that you still remember till right now? Like, oh, I have that challenge that was so hard, but I already coped it. What was it, and then how's the story?
Okay, so talent was this. I would actually like to say what happened was this opening of a company was just an idea. And I discussed this with my father that I want to do something like this. And nobody showed any interest in that. And I have faced a lot of criticism, lot of downgrade things also. Nobody supported, like it is like, no, this is waste of time, you're just wasting your talent. Instead of getting that PhD degree, you're just wasting your time. So what I use it, there's one thing that is in me, it's an inbuilt talent, or I think I worked on that. That is, you have my determination. I was very determined at every stage of my life that, okay, I want to do this, I just want to give my 100% to this work. So I left my job and I just jumped into this. And when I jumped into this, here I am today. So that was my one of the it's a part of talent only that you have to stick to. You have to be very rigid, and you have to stick to one decision. Okay, let's do this. Even I knew that initially I made a lot of loss also, but yeah, I did it. So you have to be very determined.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answer. That's really insightful. And then also we have a questions on the chat box. I would write to you, read it
Yes,
to
yes.
you. So it comes from Abdullaye Ahmad Abdullaye from Chad. Hello. So he said he's currently student in Malaysia, and then he always excited to create a great team to make a positive impact through various projects. And he create more than 15 teams in different time frame, but I never succeed. But he said like he never succeed. Most of them show interest firstly, but at the end, no one is serious or willing to work. So the question is how to find serious member to make a strong team. And then the second question is what to do when the surrounding or environment is always criticizing and discouraging in every action.
Okay. Thank you for this question. It's a very nice question and it's very true. When you're working with people, it take time to get the correct people in your team who are actually willing to work with you. First of all, I would like to mention that you will never find people like you. This is like initially I also, when I was making my team, I also looked for people who are like me. They have same perspective and same thought process like me. But when I worked with them, I noticed that nobody is like me. But then I talked with some experts and they suggested that nobody will be like you. That is whatever you are searching is the wrong question. So when you are making a team or you're working with a team, Ahmed, I would suggest don't look for don't look that they have same skills as yours. Look for what they are best at and create a process that okay, this is best at. For example, you are making some product, D product, and you have to go through ABC process. Then you are capable of doing all the process because you are the team leader. But your team members are not able to do that in a go. Then hire three people, one who is good at process one, A, one who is good at process two, and third will be the who is good at process C, and D sit at D place. Because you are aware of the process and you are very well known with the process, then you will be able to cross verify and cross check what the process is. So in that case, you have to make a process. You cannot expect any individual to be like you or what exactly you want, he or she will reproduce that. That's impossible. And if you're searching that, okay, in that case, you might emphasize them, okay, do this, do that. They won't be able to give their 100% because they are not good at the process. They are good at doing only A part. So just give them A part. And for the B and C part, appoint other people. You can divide their salaries according to that, and you just tell them okay, you have to do that, and overall you manage and you look after all the process. So in that way, work will happen as per you only. You will get the best team of this. So whosoever is good at that part, they'll be doing that part. They'll be happy and you'll get the good team. What was the other question? Can you just repeat that?
Sure, I would.
To answer your question, you get the answer.
Okay, so the other questions was what to do when the surrounding or the environment is always criticizing and discouraging in every actions.
Okay. So is everyone is criticizing you, that means you are doing something really great. Your idea is absolutely wonderful. I can imagine that if everybody is criticizing you. That's the part of life. If people are criticizing you, you have to ignore them. Because if you look out for them or hear their criticism, you won't be able to concentrate on your goals and your long-term achievements, or you will ultimately end up yourself in self-doubt. So you don't have to doubt yourself. And it is also like you don't nobody it is also like success is never not achieved in a single night. It is a long term process. You have to, as I've already mentioned, you have to go through failures, you have to go through successes. You have to, it's a bumpy road with lot of what should I say, hills, not pebbles, hills in front, hills in between. So you have to cross number of hurdles in your life. And if you will listen to each and every person, then you won't be able to reach your level. Just concentrate on your work, be focused, and just people will say definitely, but if they're criticizing you, then definitely you are doing something really great. It's innovative, it's out of the box that they are not doing, they're not able to do. That is why they are saying, and they don't have, they have a lot of time. So better consume your time in something good and ignore all these things. These things will happen, that's fact of life. So ignore that and just work on your idea. You will definitely reach success. uh, I would like to mention what happened with me when I started this idea. Like I said, if I also received a lot of criticism. I didn't got any support from people, but my family was with me. That is why I just thought, okay, let's put bring this idea to real time. And what happened for last 3 4 months, I didn't got any order. I reached out so many people, okay, please help, please try our services. But for 3 4 months, I just got one order. But now you won't believe, people from different countries. Recently, I got contact from Qatar, USA, UK, and South Africa. People from different countries. Now they call me, oh, please do our work. We just want you to do our work, and this is how you bring your work or your idea to premium level. So if you want to bring it to premium level, you have to go through all this phase. It's a phase of a leader. It's a phase of this is a phase. And when you will be done with your business, you will see those people will come to you and say, oh, Ahmed, he is my relative. I know him. I know him personally. So you have to go through all these phases. Don't take this in a negative point.
Okay, thank you so much. That was so a powerful answer and then so inspireful. Abdullah, do you think it's enough, or do you want more answer? Or if you don't have any questions, I would like to ask the other questions from Florent Mando is. So, as a young leader, what type of leadership seems to be suitable?
Sorry, as a young leader.
As a young leader, what type of leadership seems to be suitable?
It's what type of leadership seems to be? I think
To
there's
be
something.
suitable.
It's suitable. Okay.
Yeah.
What type of leadership? As a young leader, I would say you should be democratic, because that's the best way to deal with people coming from all the generations. Because coming from I am now a Gen X generation, you see. So sometimes when you work in such environment, being a young leader, you will get your team members who are Gen Zs, plus they are millennial people also. They are way older than you. You'll get, your team will have a mixed blend of people from different age groups. And different age groups have different mental they have thought process, they have different abilities also. So you have to be democratic, and you have to be ethical while practicing the leadership. If you are not ethical, then it's very important that you follow your ethics. One day you are saying this is right, and another day when people are sitting with you, you are just saying it's wrong. That's wrong. What's right is right. It should be right till you till the end of your work. There is nothing like, okay, you have to be right or wrong till this date only. It's your ethics, and you have to be ethical, because once you are practicing ethically, you will see your team will also follow that. That will upgrade your team, that will upbring their talent. And when this trust it's like you build a trust relationship between them and yourself. And when this trust happen, obviously your team will success, because everybody is producing 100%. So when everybody is producing 100%, you will definitely reach greater you will be able to reach greater goals in short time. So that is how it is.
Okay, thank you. So the answer is the what type of leadership? It's democratic leadership.
Democratic. Yes, yes.
Yes,
You have to.
democratic leadership.
Yes, you have to involve all your team members. Democratic leadership is like you have to involve all your team members when you are making any decision, and you have to know their. You should be able to get what exactly they want to say. You should listen to their ideas, their perspectives, then take any decision.
Yeah, especially for these days with the Gen Z, like they want to include all the decisions of the team.
Yes.
I guess so. And then
But they're
thank you so
also
much.
not wrong in any way. It's
Yes,
like
that
everybody wants to get involved in decision making. So
yeah,
it is a good practice, I believe.
that's
And
true. That's
perfect for the environment and this technology, whether it is advancement in technology also, and with the generations, it's perfect for the environment.
yes. Thank you so much for. So the next question is it's gonna be how can the leader react if there's a hard problem?
Okay, so I would suggest don't react on the spot. Better listen to everyone, take some time, or say okay, delay the decision in such circumstances, because these things happen. I have personally witnessed all these things. So these things happen, it's normal because we are human after all, and we are not that emotionally intelligent. Sometimes we lose our emotions, but if you are the leader, you have to be very careful while sharing your views. So better listen to everyone and don't take any decision. Calm down, and whenever I have to take any decision, so what I do is I would also, you can follow the practice if you want that. I take it's also a managerial practice which is followed all throughout the world also. So what they do is it's a 7-day thing. So if they want to resolve any conflict, for 7 days, don't take any decision. After 7 days, you'll get the correct thing in front of you. So if you don't have 7 days, sometimes while taking the decision, so what can be done is you just take 1 or 2 days before making the final decision or resolving the conflict. Listen to everyone and take 1 or 2 days. Within 1 or 2 days, everybody will be calm, and you will be able to have better perspective, a better view of that conflict, and you can resolve it. So don't take on the spot decisions in case of such big conflicts. Better keep calm and ask people to also calm.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mafika. As you mentioned earlier about the leadership, it's about emotional intelligence. It's more, it's a little bit tricky. So how you manage your emotion itself, and then actually, the more problem, I think the leader is come or born from the problem. So you from the problem you can make solve something, and then you can produce something. So I think that's the best answer. Thank you so much, Malfika. I think Riham Guizane, I think I hope like he's satisfied with the answer too. And then the next questions, I think it's more technical questions from Roya Ruzul Zadeh. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much for your information. I'm joining from Azerbaijan. Hello, Azerbaijan. I'm very excited to attend the festival. I have a questions who will meet me at the airport. So for the technical presentation, there will be another time, or you will be contacted by the team, and then you will have the right answer later. And then the next question we have is from the Salagan Tamene Alemu from Ethiopia. Sorry if I mispronounce it. And the question is there a possibility to satisfy every team members during the leadership?
Is there a possibility?
To satisfy every team members during the leadership.
That's thank you for the question. That's impossible. You cannot satisfy every individual of the team. For this, I would suggest instead of going with the satisfaction of each team member, listen to their point of view. You have to bring face to face. You have to do some face to face meetings, or if you can meet in person, then arrange face to face interviews or face to face videos with them, and listen to them, listen to their ideas. In a team, you cannot just put in your ideas or in that way, what happens is whenever any person is there, he or she will lose the confidence. So you cannot, suppose I know how to write and you are forcing me to do some other work that I don't know, then it will lose my confidence and I won't be able to write also. So you cannot satisfy each and every person. That's impossible. That's not practical. And this is also not a duty of a leader. Duty of a leader is to understand each and everyone's perspective and give their or arrange their roles according to that. You cannot just work on the satisfaction level. That's beyond each and everyone's. I think it's beyond the reach. So I rather than working on this that satisfying, go for one-on-one sessions and know your team. When you are aware of your team members, then I think your team will be satisfied. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So thank you so much for the answer. We have this, I think it's gonna be our two last questions from we have a question from Saku Geoffrey. He asks, how can a leader effectively balance decisiveness with empathy?
Okay. So with decision making and empathy, if you want to make a balance, then first of all, keep your idea and your long-term goal on priority. So if your long-term goal, for example, you want to, you have a company who's making balls, example, tennis balls. So your long-term goal is in 1 year, I'll make 10,000 balls, tennis balls, and I'll send it to the market. That's your idea. And in that process, if you see that some of your team members are disrupting or their work schedule is not appropriate or their work schedule is not according, if they are working in that way, we won't be able to get 10,000 balls by the end of the year. We'll be getting just 9,000 balls. And if you remove that person from the process and recruit some other person who will be able to get 10,000 balls by the end of the year, and so you have to remove the earlier person who will be giving the 9,000 balls. So here you see what is it. You have to prioritize your long-term goals while making decision making. That person who's already there is your good friend, is your good colleague, is doing good, but won't be able to take you to your success, is hindering that. So for the betterment of your company, for the betterment of your team, you have to be less emotional. You have to be rigid while taking decision making. That's good for your company and future of your team, even if that is at the cost of removing that team member and recruiting somebody else. So this is an example from this example. I hope you're clear how you can maintain the balance between empathy and decision making.
Hey, thank you so much for the answer again. We come to the last questions from Aizan from Kazakhstan. Hello, Kazakhstan. So the questions is, sometimes inspirations lift us and there is no any desire to keep working on projects, etc. And what actions should be taken to keep everyone motivated?
To stay motivated, you have to think about why you started. It is with everyone. Sometimes there are low days, or it's, I think, it's like, I should say, you are, after all, a human only. Sometimes your emotions overcome yourself. You feel laziness. You don't want to work and you don't feel inspired. You don't feel motivated. In that case, what you can do is just remember why you started. When you just remember why you started, even if you are not feeling inspired, you will do it. Why you started and what criticism you faced, how you have overcome all the failures, just do it. You can, in that case, also what I do is when I feel such situation, it's normal, very normal. Sometimes you feel like this only. So what I do is I take a break. I go on a holiday, then I come back refresh. I take a break. It's not like I have to take a 1 week break. So 1 day break, I don't work. I don't open my laptop. I don't talk to anyone or any team members. I tell them, okay, take you also go and enjoy. I also relax, have good cup of teas or coffees all day around, chill around my house, something like this I do. With whatever activity relaxes you, just do that. And next day come back. You can't be on holiday forever because there are a lot of people who are linked with you and who are waiting for you to come and reach your goal. And so just take a break, relax, come back.
Okay, thank you so much for the last answer. I hope all questions it's satisfied with your answer, guys. And then thank you so much, Dr. Malfika, to join and then to sharing your experience, sharing your thoughts with us. And then thank you so much for all participants with this excitement meeting. And I hope to see you soon again in the other pre-orientations meeting, World Youth Summit 2024. And I'm Tubagus Albana. I will close this meeting. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you,
Have a nice
everyone.
day. Have a nice
Have
weekend,
a great
guys.
day.
Thank you so much for joining, guys. You can leave the room. Thank you so much.